You wake up before your feet even touches the ground. Your thumb has already found your phone. Nobody told you to do it, and you did not sit down and consciously decide, I am going to spend next 20 minutes scrolling. It just happened. You opened an app to check a notification, and a minute later you may be watching a video about a restoring of 50-year-old truck, a video about a recipe you would never cook, and a art take on a movie you have never seen before, and another video, and another, and another. Eventually, you put down your phone, and somehow 20 minutes are gone. Nobody forced you, nobody interrupted you, nobody charged at you. Yet those minutes are gone. And what fascinating is that it isn't happening only to you. It happens billions of times every single day. People in different countries with different cultures and even different lifestyle are doing the similar things. They wake up, they reach to their phone, they open their social media, and before they realize, a portion of their attention has already been consumed. Now that sounds particularly important because it's just scrolling, it's just a video, it's just an entertainment. So, how did social media become the most powerful attention grabbing system ever built or rewired human attention? And why do you keep coming back when you don't want to? Because how well they hold your eyeballs, and why attention quietly became the most fought over resource in the modern economy. Thing happens in business, culture, media, or even your personal life, until attention goes there first. A product can be brilliant, but if nobody notices it, it doesn't exist commercially. A creator can have something genuinely worth saying, but without anyone's attention, it goes nowhere. Even your own decision, what you buy, what you believe, what you trust, all starts the same way. Something have to capture your attention before it can influence you. Attention as one property, and that what makes it incredibly valuable. That there is a hard limit. You only have a finite waking hours. Every company on earth, whether it makes a sneaker or a software tool or any other product, has to compete for that finite loop of human attention for which other companies are competing for. That's why attention is the foundation of modern marketing. Isn't just a clever line. It's almost like a law of physics for business. Before there is a sale, there has to be a glance. Before there is a glance, there has to be something that earned it. So keep that one idea in mind. So how do you reliably earn a piece of something that is finite, distracted, and increasingly hard to hold? Social media did not fight for that resource. It became by a wide margin the best system ever built for winning it. Think about how you used to find anything to watch, read, or listen to. You would search for them. You picked up a newspaper because you wanted to read the news. You would turn up on a specific channel because you wanted a specific show. You would type something into the search box of Google because you had a question. In each of these cases, you went looking for the content. Content sat there passively waiting. But social media flipped this relationship completely. Today, you do not have to want anything. You open an app without any particular goal, and within seconds, there is something in front of you, chosen specifically for you by the system that is studying your behavior. This shift from the content you are searching for and content search for you is the most underrated transformation in human history. This looks small, but it isn't. It redesigned or rewired how billions of people discover information, entertainment, products, and even each other. Personalized feed recommendation systems. These aren't just features, they are the discovery engines that replaced searching with surfacing. Discovery stopped being something audience did and became something the algorithm did on their behalf, which means the real audience, a brand or a creator, now wants to win isn't just the audience, it's the system deciding who those people see. This single shift is the foundation of almost everything we are about to talk about. Once content starts finding you without you asking or searching for it, the door is wide open for something far more powerful than search ever was. Every format of media we grew up with had one thing in common. It ended. A book as a last page, a newspaper as a back cover, a television episodes run for 30 to 60 minutes and then credits roll. Endings are the most important things built onto the structure of every traditional medium, and endings matters more than we usually give credits for. These are the natural moments where we ask ourselves, do I keep going or do I stop? Social media quietly removed that moment entirely. There isn't a last page on a feed. There is always one more video, one more post, one more thing that system has lined up before you even complete or finish what you are currently looking at. The feed isn't a single piece of content, it's a conveyor belt of content that never runs out because it's built on millions of people's content, reordered and refreshed for you. Humans are good at stopping when there is a clear stopping point and remarkably bad at stopping when there isn't one. Give someone a finite task with a deadline, they will finish and move on. At the same time, give someone an infinite task with no visible end or deadline. The natural question shift from where do I stop to why would I stop now? That's not a flaw in your willpower. That's the structural feature of infinite feeds working exactly as designed. And from a business perspective, it's enormous. Every extra minute someone spends scrolling is another opportunity to show them something, to learn something about their behavior and sell them something. More attention doesn't feel good for the platform. It directly creates more inventory to monetize. The infinite feed isn't a design choice, it's a business model wearing a UI. So, why do you check your phone in the first place before opening an app? It usually isn't because you decided calmly and rationally, I would consume media right now. It's because something is stuck at you, a notification, a red dot, a name you recognize in the comment section, a sense of something might have happened since you last looked. The feeling of I wonder what's happening there or something's happening there is doing the lot of heavy lifting. Humans are wired to pay attention to uncertainty, especially uncertainty involving other people. A like is nice, a comment from someone specific is interesting, a message from someone specific or you care about is impossible to ignore. None of these are guaranteed every time you check. That unpredictability is what keeps the checking habit alive. If the rewards were guaranteed, you would check once and stop being curious. Because it's not guaranteed, you keep checking. And layered onto that, something even more fundamental is social validations. Humans are always cared deeply about how they have seen by others. Even before the apps existed, people seek or sought approvals, belongings, and status from their communities. Social media did not build these needs, it just built a system that could measure it and display it. Anticipation keeps you checking. Validation keeps you posting, and both of them keeps you inside the app longer than you originally intended to. None of this stayed abstract. Every like, comment, share, reply became a number, a measurable, trackable, comparable number. The moment human connection became a metric, it became a business asset. For a while, social media feeds were simple. You posted something and it showed up in chronological order to people who followed you. It was first in, first seen, fair, predictable, and from a platform's perspective, widely inefficient because chronological order had no opinion of what you actually want to see. It just shows something that happened recently in order whether or not it's interesting to you. Platform realized something important. If the goal is to keep people engaged as long as possible, showing things in order they happen is a worse strategy than showing things in order to someone they are most likely to care about them. That realization is what triggered the algorithmic shift. Instead of feed built on time, platform built feed on prediction. System designed to estimate out of everything existed what you are actually interested to watch, like, comment, share. This is the moment that made social media quietly change from a publishing tool to a decision making system. A platform with algorithmic feed isn't just displaying you content, it is actively deciding which content gets more attention and which doesn't every single time a person opens the app. Decision making power does not just decide what you watch for entertainment, information, or news. It shapes who get discovered. A small creator with a genuinely worth valuable information can either reach millions or reach nobody, depending entirely on whether the algorithm wants to surface them. Same goes for small businesses. That's why algorithm became almost overnight the most powerful gatekeeper in the history of media. So, what actually makes the algorithmic feed more powerful than just clever? It does not just work off a fixed set of rules. It learns continuously, specifically from every action you take on the platform is a piece of information, whether you think of it that way or not. How long you watched something before scrolling, whether you watched it twice, whether you paused, whether you tapped into the comment section, whether you shared it to a friend privately, whether you saved it later to watch later. Each one is a feedback quietly telling the system a little more about what keeps your attention and what doesn't. System that is constantly relearning in near real time what content works at the specs level and what content works for you as individual. Specifically, a television network can guess what the broad audience might like based on the ratings from the last show. Social media doesn't have to guess it at that resolution. It can adjust what it shows based on what you did 30 seconds ago. Better prediction means better advertising. A platform that can predict with increasing accuracy what you are likely to be interested in, it can show more relevant ads. Formats like TikTok video, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts did not just add a new feature to the existing platform, they changed the unit of attention itself. Instead of asking someone to commit 10 minutes for a video, short form content asks for a handful of seconds or a minute. Short form videos transform content consumption by reducing the friction, accelerating rewards, and creating constant stream of novelty. In the past, consuming content required a small commitment of time and attention, but short form content reduced that commitment to almost nothing. In the same time, shortened the gap between curiosity and satisfaction by delivering entertainment, information, or emotional payoff within minutes. Unlike long form content, which asked people to stay engaged with single topic, short form platforms are built around constant novelty or continuous novelty, offering new experience with every sweep. This shift did not just change audience behavior, it fundamentally changed marketing as well. As a result, the barrier to reach audience fell dramatically, forcing marketing strategies to adapt to the changes. Social media did not just become a place people visited, it became embedded into how people live. Communication changed. It happened through likes, comments, story replies, or shared posts or reels. Entertainment shows. Instead of choosing a show and committing to it, entertainment became something to gaze on, switching between creators, formats, and topics within the same 10 minutes window. Even decision making changed before buying something, trying a restaurant, or forming an opinion on a topic. A huge number of people now check what's being said about it on social platforms first. None of this shift happened because someone sat down and decided to change human behavior on purpose. This happened because attention is what social media built, and once captured enough of your time, every other part of your daily life just rearranges itself around it. It does not need to convince you of anything directly. It just need to become a place you default to, and influence follows naturally from the habit. For most of the last century, marketing followed a fairly stable pattern. A small number of large institutions, television networks, radio stations, and print publications controlled what people paid attention to. If a brand wanted to reach it, it had to buy ways through these channels and hope the message landed to whoever happened to be watching, listening, or reading. Social media broke that pattern apart. Reach stopped belonging exclusively to institutional channel and started belonging to anyone who could capture attention. A small creator, a single person with a camera, a niche creator, or a community built on a shared interest. That was the deepest shift. Attention moved from institutional channel to individuals that would have been almost unthinkable in the traditional media era, and it became completely normal in the social media era. As attention shifted to social media, marketing had to change with it. Brands built trust through their own channels, but social media introduced new dynamic where people could discover about a product through creator community or through algorithms without even interacting with the brand directly. This gave rise to influencer marketing, where brands could tap into the relationship creators has already built with their audience. At the same time, platforms made advertising more targeted, performance more measurable, and distribution dependent on algorithm. Social media changed how people discovered, evaluated, and paid attention to things. So, why social media became the most powerful attention capturing system ever built? It wasn't simply because it connected people. Plenty of things connect people without commanding a portion of their time. Social media became powerful because it learned how attention worked, it learned how people discovered content, replacing searching with scrolling. It learned how people engage, turning anticipation and social validation into measurable and repeatable loops. It learned how to personalize experience, building a version of feed unique to every single person using it. It learned how to predict behavior, refining the prediction every single time someone takes an action. The combination of technology, psychology, algorithm, and business incentives all reinforcing each other at the same time that created something genuinely unpredicted, a system that doesn't just capture attention but continuously gets better at holding the attention every single time for every single person simultaneously. The most valuable companies in the industrial era controlled the factories, the physical infrastructure where the physical goods were produced, The most valuable companies in the digital era learned how to capture attention reliably at a massive scale.